Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to build decks led by the legendary creatures from the Final Fantasy set. Yes, I know that Edge of Eternities is coming very soon, and there are some fun cards from that set that deserve a video. But if I'm choosing between Final Fantasy and literally any other Magic set, I'm sticking with Final Fantasy. Leading today's deck is everyone's favorite cat mommy from Final Fantasy XIV, Yshtola, Knight's Blessed. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically, if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Yshtola Knight's Blessed is a 4-mana 2/4 legendary cat warlock with vigilance. At the beginning of each end step, if a player lost 4 or more life this turn, we draw a card. Additionally, whenever we cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, Yshtola deals 2 damage to each opponent, and we gain 2 life. Okay, so the way Yshtola is worded, from what I understand, we will only ever draw 1 card, regardless of how many players lose at least 4 life in a given turn. But she's also worded that we can do this on every turn. So long as someone has lost at least 4 life in a single turn, at the end step, we draw a card. Remember, dear viewer, all commander decks want to do 2 things: ramp and draw cards. So having a commander that could do one of those things is always nice. Now, Yshtola is a strong commander, so this will be a strong deck. The problem with building budget versions of strong commander decks is that people don't believe you when you say your Corvold Fey Cursed King deck or your Kalia deck are just bracket 2s. So if you have a strong commander, people are going to assume you have a strong deck. So might as well live up to expectations. Apologies to your wallet for this video. But I did want to talk about Yshtola and her character in Final Fantasy XIV. So consider this your spoiler alert. I'm not joking. Yshtola is a major character throughout the game, and some of the events I'm going to discuss take place after about 300 hours of gameplay. So if you'd like to avoid spoilers, click on the timestamp below. When you first roll a character in Final Fantasy XIV, you start at one of the 3 major city-states. The starting city is based on your class. Don't worry, within about 5 hours of gameplay, you visit the other cities and swap classes if you want. But while questing in your starting city, you run into a scion. The scion you run into is based on your starting city. Thancred is in Ul'dah, Lys and Papalymo are in Gridania, and Yshtola is in Limsa-Lominsa. Eventually, the scion you encounter is impressed by your actions and introduces you to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an organization that protects Eorzea against all threats, with a focus on fighting primals and stopping the Ascians. At the start of Final Fantasy XIV, Yshtola is a conjurer, a precursor for the White Mage class. At the end of A Realm Reborn, she casts a forbidden spell and winds up trapped in the life stream. Eventually, we save her, but she has lost her sight. Sort of. She could no longer see light as most of us see it. Rather, Yshtola sees Aether. Also, being trapped in the lifestream enhances her powers significantly. She's able to raise protective shields, something most conjurers struggle with. But one of the key mechanics in Final Fantasy XIV, and many other Final Fantasy games, is the ability to change classes. Most of the Scions change classes throughout the series. And when Yshtola is whisked away to the world of the First, she changes from Conjurer to Thaumaturge, or, put it more simply, White Mage to Black Mage. Now, instead of healing her allies, she rains fire down on her enemies, and that is mirrored in her magic card. We cast big spells and drain our opponents. When necessary, she can toss out a heal, but primarily she wants to dig through libraries, draw us cards, and destroy our enemies. But before we get to our decklist, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. The Return to Earth Boulder series is unique in that they are made almost entirely of renewable resources, rather than plastic. And lately, Ultimate Guard has been printing these not just in solid colors, but with artist print, like the new Squaros series. As part of a set, you can call upon all of the Justice League to protect your commander decks, like this one featuring Wonder Woman. Pick yours up today at your local game store or order it on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of Graveyard Hate, and 1 Sudden I Win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming over on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Flooded Strand, Polluted Delta, Marsh Flats, Windswept Heath, Scalding Tarn, Bloodstained Mire, Rafine's Tower, Hallowed Fountain, Watery Grave, Godless Shrine, Sea of Clouds, Morphic Pool, Vault of Champions, Deserted Beach, Shipwreck Marsh, Shattered Sanctum, Glacial Fortress, Drowned Catacomb, Isolated Chapel, Meticulous Archive, Undercity Sewers, Shadowy Backstreet, Bajuka Bog, Reliquary Tower, 3 Plains, 3 Islands, and 2 Swamps. What? I told you this wouldn't be a budget deck. For mana ramp, we've got Black Market Connections, Smothering Tithe, Grand Arbiter Augustin IV, Primal Amulet, Baral, Chief of Compliance, Jace's Sanctum, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Progress, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Hierarchy, Azorius Signet, Dimir Signet, Orzhov Signet, Thought Vessel, Decanter of Endless Water, and Unstoppable Plan. I wanted a way to untap our mana rocks on our opponent's turn, and I figured this would work. Our card advantage package consists of Curiosity, Ophidian Eye, Frantic Search, Helm of the Ghast Lord, Rhystic Study, Talion the Kindly Lord, The One Ring, Archmage of Runes, Echo of Eons, Windfall, Phyrexian Arena, Grim Tutor, and Teferi's Ageless Insight. Wanted lots of ways to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Now, some of you will be wondering why I didn't add more tutors. This is a bracket 4 deck after all. Well, we'll get to that, so have patience. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Snuff Out, Unwind, Deadly Rollick, Void Rend, Anguished Unmaking, Swords to Plowshares, Fierce Guardianship, Teferi's Protection, Rewind, Generous Gift, Ink Shield, Fell the Profane, Sink into Stupor, Commit Memory, Disallow, and Imprison in the Moon. Lots of ways to keep our opponents in line. Our board wipes consist of Toxic Deluge, Cyclonic Rift, Aetherize, Washout, Farewell, and Damn. Mostly one-sided, but also some flexibility. The core of our deck consists of Cabal, Console of Allocation, Spark Double, Shieldred the Apocalypse, Veto, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, Enduring Tenacity, Eye of Nidhogg, Sanguine Bond, and Exquisite Blood. Supporting our plan, we've also got Propaganda, Ghostly Prison, Delny Streetwise Lookout, Vile Consumption, and Painful Quandary. Lots of ways to slow the game down. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 53 mana sources, but between 34 lands, 17 pieces of ramp, and 2 MDFCs. A little heavy, but our curve is pretty high, so it's to be expected. 14 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 16 pieces of interaction. 6 board wipes. 4 pieces of Graveyard Hate in Commit Memory, Farewell, Echo of Eons, and Bojuka Bog. No sudden I win cards, but lots of value. This is not a combo deck, which is why we're not worried about running lots of tutors to find those combos. Our deck is designed around our commander. Yes, our color identity allows us to run the Thoracle combo, and I'm sure some people have already built CEDH decks led by Yshtola, but that wasn't my goal here. I wanted something strong and scary, but not CEDH. Our deck is designed to smash face and control the board. Our deck isn't a prison deck, but we are taxing people. And the fact that our commander even lets us draw cards so long as someone took damage is just the best. Are you building a Yshtola Knight's Blessed commander deck? What about one of the other legendary creatures from Final Fantasy? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Borgane, Nazwin, Congo, Robert Pye, Kazaris, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Sint, Boomy, Osira, Justin, Golden Walker, Ernesto, Midge, and Captain Hammer. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.